Don't you say cracking and popping? I just made that up. So I know I made you suffer a lot with the verbs videos. So I thought today we'd do something.
Okay.
So I thought today we'll make something easier and more in your line. Meaning we're going to talk about English words that we use in Spain.
I've seen how you used them already.
But
Stevie Wonder, even though that's not a word, that's a name.
no, but these ones are English words. You might not use them the same way, but they are English words that we use in a day-to-day basis.
How can you take out English words and not use them the same way?
Because we're very creative. You know how
That you are. I would admit that you are.
So we also created some words. I mean, we borrowed them and then we rearranged them. Like footing.
Huh?
Footing?
I don't even know what that word is in English.
Foot?
Like a foot?
Like a foot? The ones that you walk with?
Yes. Foot.
Ing?
Footing?
Yeah.
Like footing?
Footing.
So like when you say, oh, don't lose your footing or, footing like so you keep your balance.
No. So the way that we use it here...
What do you mean no? That's the word.
Okay, but we use it differently here. So you will hear somebody saying, por las mañanas hago footing.
So like you do footing?
Sí.
¿Cómo?
Porque footing is to go out to walk at a speedy, like, what is that? A power speed?
Power walk?
Power walk. So somebody that goes out to do power, that's their morning routine, like their morning workout. Hacer footing.
I'm not going to be upset at that. I'm not.
Because you're moving your feet, so hacer footing.
I am trying to be a better person
with
Spanish. I'm not going to be upset because at least it's very close to something. At least it's actually foot. And you're using the foot and you're walking, so it correlates with one another. It would have been different if you said, oh, this is footing and this means cooking. And this means clapping behind your back or something. I don't know.
Okay. But so it makes sense, right?
It makes sense. I can roll with that one.
The following word that I'm going to teach you is is like a when you put two things together and they come out.
How? Can I see that again, please? Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a Spanish word that has been Englandized.
Englandized?
Anglanized?
English?
Puenting. So puente is a bridge.
And puenting.
Ting, ing.
So you're bridging.
You're bridging, yeah.
You're bridging what? Wait, because I know you use bridge for like when you have a holiday on like the Friday or something like that. So you
when the Monday usually or the Tuesday is
so you're gonna extend it.
And
so you're extending is a bridge, right?
A puente. Mm-hmm.
So please tell me that bridging means that is just like a longer version of. What are you looking at? It's not, is it?
No, it's not. So when you go on vacation and then you like extreme sports and you jump over the bridge and you do
Wait, no. Back up. Because you're speaking about stuff my people don't do. So go back again when you go on vacation.
You know when you jump off a bridge?
No, I don't.
With a cord?
I have no. That's bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping. We call it puenting. ¿Has hecho puenting? Bryan, ¿tú has hecho puenting?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
¿Por qué no? Cuéntanos.
Why would I do puenting? I mean, bungee jumping.
No, it's good. Use the word. Puenting.
I can't puenting.
Puenting.
Ugh.
Yo no hago puenting porque...
Porque no quiero.
Porque no quieres.
No quiero porque es no divertido para mí.
¿Por qué no es divertido?
Porque es estúpido.
¿Por qué?
Porque jumping off a bridge, puenting. Oh, you know what? I thought of a good thing to do today. I'm going to go jump off a bridge. If you go and do something that people use to go and end themselves, how is that fun?
It's extreme sport.
That's not extreme.
It gives you
sport.
adrenaline.
What, to practice ending yourself? No, I lied. I'm not ready.
But you want to jump off a plane.
I do not want to jump off a plane. I was suggesting, you know what? Let's be fearless. Let's go skydiving.
Eso es fearless también.
Listen, I barely got through zip lining, okay?
That was your idea, by the way.
It was because I didn't know what else to make you go do since you wanted me to go swim with sharks.
I'm so sorry that we didn't have a YouTube channel back then because that would have been a hilarious story. But anyway, Talking about videos and stuff. Zapping.
Zapping?
Zapping. Zapping.
Oh, zapping. Like
Zapping.
like zap, right? Zapping. Zapping. Oh, like when you shock somebody. This is like you zap
No,
them?
you crazy. When you're watching TV, especially before we had like streaming services and stuff, and you will go through the channels, you'll say zapping. Estoy haciendo zapping.
What are you zapping?
The channels. You go from the first to the second one.
Sorry, my brain almost hurt just
La
now.
primera, la
Wait, are you
segunda.
talking about using the remote control?
And going up and down the channels, like just skimming through the channels. That's zapping.
So you're zapping the TV? Am I missing something? Like, are you talking about using the remote? I just want to make sure I understand this. You use the remote.
Imagínate que tienes el mando.
Yes.
Y con el mando, la tele está ahí. Y dices, ay, voy a ver la primera. And you hit the first
So
one.
is that zap?
Sí. Y entonces dices, ay, qué aburrido. Voy a ver qué hay en otros canales.
I don't care about if you. I don't care.
Zapping.
Is tapping? I'm saying it now.
That's the idea. You crazy?
Is tapping like just clicking once, or are you clicking multiple times?
Multiple times.
So it's okay to click once.
It's okay to click whatever you want, but tapping is click to several channels, like going up and down.
I know back in the day, the remote control, we used to call it the clicker because you click. You're not shooting beams.
See? I have a problem with how simple sometimes English is because you just call a verb the sound of something. Viscous. Because click, you're doing click because when you hit, it sounds click. So that becomes a verb. That's simple and stupid. No, you have to be more enthusiastic with languages alive.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Since you worked in retail, and back in the day, you have to count how many people have, come into your store. So before they used to have the what?
We didn't do that. We had an electric thingy that.
Oh yeah, excuse me, so fancy. But yes, it's a clicker. It was called the clicker. It wasn't even called the remote at that time. Like
it's been a while.
Los niños. But yeah, it was a clicker. Yeah. So you call wait. So what did you call a remote control back then?
Mando.
Mando?
The name has always been Mando. Sí. Mando, because I mando.
So where do you go from mando to zapping?
Zapping is the action que tú haces en el mando. Yo hago zapping en el mando para ver los canales.
You hear how crazy you sound, right?
No, I don't know what you're not understanding.
No,
I want to open your brain and see what the hell happens in there that you don't click.
Exactly. Click. Click. It makes sense when you get to that point.
You're going to love this one. So we might pronounce it wrong.
Oh, yeah, I pronounce all of them wrong. I see. Puting, fapping. That's not how we say it.
Vater.
Vater?
Yeah, it's spelled W-A-T-E-R.
That's water.
No, that's vater.
That's not vater. That's water.
And that's the toilet where you go do pis and caca.
Water?
Vater.
So, how do you use that in a sentence, please?
Voy al váter a cagar.
Voy al váter a cagar.
Sí.
Voy al váter a cagar.
Váter.
Váter.
So this word with the years, I don't know if this was like La RAE's idea or what, but it has transitioned and now the right spelling is V, as in Victor, A with tilde, T-E-R, váter. But back in the days, or you can still find the word water as váter, and that's our toilet.
So does this like, if I was to say, oh, ¿dónde está el váter? I would say that back then?
Sí, ¿dónde está el váter? You can still say it.
You can still say it?
Yeah.
Who would say that?
When you're referring to the toilet.
Just to the toilet, not
just
the bathroom
Just the toilet,
itself?
not the bathroom, just the toilet. The thing where you sit down.
Yo necesito váter?
El váter.
El váter?
Sí.
I need the water. Where is the water? Ooh. This is the thing, like you can't take Spanish literally.
No.
I know.
It's the language of the dreams.
No, of the imagination and craziness, yes. Because that's my problem as well. Like I take what you say and I learn these words and these words bother me.
¿Por qué?
Because I get so used to something and then it just flips. It means something completely different. You know, vale, yo aprendí o he aprendado. Aprendido.
Either or is fine. Yo aprendí o he aprendido. If you want to sound more local, more Spanish, yo he aprendido.
Yo he aprendido.
Yeah, because we like to conjugate the past in that way, in the half plus past tense. But you can say aprendí. It's totally fine. We also use it.
I should use the one that's right. Yo he aprendido. Aprendido una nueva palabra. Apagar.
Ah, sí, me encanta.
Apagar. Es que cuando dice to turn off I think the light or the air conditioner, tú dices apagar. Apaga.
Sí, apaga el aire.
And I thought, I'm like, what the hell does she want me to pay for? I'm like, what is that I'm paying for? Pagar.
Es pagar.
I'm hearing
Apagar.
Pagar.
To pay?
Yeah, pagar, not apagar.
Apagar.
You know, do you realize those are two separate things, to turn off and to pay?
Sí.
And the only thing separating them is an A, right?
Sí, pero one A is together and the other A is separate. Apagar, apagar.
Yeah, crazy you sound right now. You gotta hear this. I can't be the only one hearing this.
No, you're
because
the
that is the thing. Like, and then I think about it, and that bothered me so much. You know why? Because I realize that the A is where I get confused at. I'm trying to figure out how you have so many words now that the only thing that separates them is the letter A. Do you realize that?
Sí, it's called language.
No, that's not called language. That's called ridiculousness.
Mi amor, at least
No.
At least you know that the A is always going to sound the same.
Who decided this? Like, you know what? We have the word pagar, and we need a word for turn off or to switch off. What word should we use? Because we already use like 10 different meanings for one word, but we need to add some diversity to this. We need to put something, and someone probably just said, perfect. That's it. That's what we're going to use, an A. Apagar. What's the other one? Parecer. Aparecer.
Those are different words.
Yes, they are different words.
It's all about the suffix of the word.
It's not about the suffix of the word. You just put an A to it and you change it to whatever you want.
Next word.
That A is anonymous.
Let it work. Let it work. Let it go. Smoking.
Fumar?
No, fumar no. Smoking is...
Oh, that's the word. You use smoking. Smoke.
No. The meaning of smoking in Spanish is that suit that you wear with the pajarita and like it's black like a penguin.
A tux?
Sí.
A tuxedo?
Smoking. Ponerse un smoking. To wear a smoking. That sounds weird.
Why is it smoking?
I don't know, because you're smoking hot.
Yeah, that's how we use smoking hot. That ain't the
A Spanish person might have hair while they were vacationing in the US and they're like, ooh, perfect name. I'm going to invent this suit. Smoking.
We're smoking. Oh, I can't get enough of that.
So if we get invited to a wedding or something, or awards, maybe we win an award or something, and they say, tienes que usar o tienes que llevar un smoking. Now you know what you have to wear.
I'm going to chop that up to being a smoking outfit, okay?
Whatever helps you to remember that, but just know that.
How does that even come to be? Like, how do you... And this is now like a natural thing everyone is accustomed to and say and use.
Sí. That's the name of the suit. We don't have any other name for the suit.
Yeah, couldn't take the name tuxedo?
Tuxedo?
What?
That doesn't sound good.
That's the problem? It doesn't sound good? That is the reason?
Tuxedo. Anda que...
Erguir. That sounds good?
Sí.
No.
Erguir.
Erguir, right?
Okay, this one is funny. I think it's funny. Playback.
To play something back, like you rewatch it.
No.
Like you play it back. You know, that's like a replay.
Playback get us really upset.
Why? Because I know why. Yeah, I don't like the review stuff in sports.
No, 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 no.
That's what it is. And football?
No, no abras melón, por favor. No abras melón. Este video no es de fútbol.
Vale.
Vale. So playback is when a famous singer or any singer or musicians pretend that they're singing or playing something, but what they're doing is that they're playing their recorded music,
Okay.
and they're just or in a show.
Yeah, I'm
How do
with
you call that?
lip singing.
Yeah, it's lip singing too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, playback. So when you said Michael Jackson hacía playback todo el tiempo.
Don't you say something like that. Don't you ever say something like that.
Okay, freaky. That comes from freak. Okay.
I know what freaky is.
No, it doesn't have to be a sexual connotation. That's the thing here.
Well, what do you mean that's the thing here? It's always a sexual connotation in
No,
Spain.
freaky is when you are like a fan of something. Like you are.
Okay.
Tú eres un friki del anime.
Sí, sí, es
Y de
verdad.
los videojuegos. Eres un friki.
Sí, es verdad.
That's how we use it.
But that's not cool. That's not a good way to use it.
Has nothing to do with sex. It could be, but not.
We would say
You say somebody is a freaky
Freak.
or a freak when they're like,
it's not even just when they're sexual. We also don't use it for just sexual. We can say that it's just weird. It could also be represent a weird obsession, or like we'll say someone's like a freak of nature, or he's a freak athletic person. Like look, the basketball player, the Greek freak. We call him the Greek freak because he is a freak at basketball.
he is Greek.
But yeah, so that would be the thing we would use it for. To say those things, I can see the blend there, so I can't argue.
Okay.
I can't
And then
argue
this last one that I'm going to tell you, a lot of people have left it in the comments, and you read it and you make faces, and I never wanted to tell you what it meant because I was saving it for this moment.
Okay.
Crack. So we use
Like
it.
crack, like CRACK.
Yes. So we will tell, people would leave you in the comments, Bryan, eres un crack.
I don't want to jump to conclusions here
Okay.
because in English we use crack for a plethora of things, so I can't.
So drugs, right?
Yes.
What else? It's a breaking point.
The butt.
The crack of the butt.
Yeah, so like if you have usually it's represented by the plumber in the U.S. So the plumber would be bent over and you see his butt crack. So or if you see anybody's butt crack, there's something we said as kids. If you saw someone else's butt crack, you'd be like, oh man, crack kills.
We call it la raja.
La raja.
La raja
La raja.
del culo.
But what is crack here?
That you're the best. Like you're awesome. You're great at something. Eres un crack.
I think that comes from I believe it's the UK, because I think they have a slang term cracking, and I think so. Like I believe so. I could be wrong, but
Don't you say cracking and popping? I just made that up. I don't know how we don't have more communication problems.
we say stuff like what's crack-a-lacking or what's
Crack-a-dacking from Cracker from Cracker Barrel. No?
What? That's a restaurant, you crazy person.
But it's so good. It's cracking.
No.
Eres un crack.
There's some crack. I don't think we call people crack. We might. I know back in the day we used to say, "Oh, that's crack" or whatever. Like that. That was the way of saying it was cool. But we would never call an individual that. Oh, you crack. No, we wouldn't say that.
No, you're a crack.
I still wouldn't say that. Whether you're a crack or you are a crack, it doesn't matter.
Do you expect something like this though? That we had English words in our.
No, the vatar is still like.
Bater.
Bater. Y qué más? ¿Qué es otro dices?
Footing, smoking.
Footing. Like footing doesn't sound like footing.
Because you pronounce the T.
How do I pronounce it?
Instead of T.
Footing. That's
Footing?
No, not ting, not footing. Footing. And then you have the other one. Oh, thapping.
Tapping.
That to me is just.
You know what I love about that word though? That we pronounce the C as Z.
You see, this is my problem now. I'm gonna tell you because you guys take English words and then you change them.
Yes.
You change them and then you make them sound different. And that's cool. That's
Spain
fine.
is different, Karina.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. My problem with it is don't get mad when we change something too. If I can't pronounce your name, because you guys do that too. You change names to people. Instead of Daffy Duck, what is he? Lucas?
Pato Lucas.
Pato Lucas. What the hell's a Pato Lucas? It's Daffy Duck.
Pato Lucas.
Same thing with names. Like I know we have David and you guys say it as David. David. But it's a name. You shouldn't be changing names. I don't mind the words. I'll give up the words because we do it too. But we get names wrong in the US and it's like a shitstorm. Like, oh, how dare you? Blah, blah, blah. That's not his name. That's not her name. And yet you comfortably change everybody's name.
We don't change them. We just use our own pronunciation.
No, you don't use your own pronunciation. If you want us to pronounce it the same way. I didn't ask you what it is. We all know it's a mess. That's not the point. The point is it should be a two-way street. If I have to use your pronunciation for your names, then you should be using our pronunciation for our names.
Yeah, because everybody says Penelope Cruz in the United States. Or Antonio Banderas.
You see how you're fighting me right now? That's exactly my point. Do you hear yourself? So when it goes the other way, it should be fine. And don't you dare speak of Antonio Banderas.
One day you'll meet him.
Someday.
I promise.